Listen, welcome to a gaming news update here. We've got quite a bit of news to discuss, specifically with the fact that both Xbox and Sony have done shows at the Tokyo Game Show this week, and pretty cool games have finally been announced as part of this, part of their reveals that we'll talk about very shortly and stuff. But on top of that, we've also had some very big, interesting stuff going on with Nintendo, obviously, because considering the fact there's a lot of conversations right now about the potential of the Switch 2 finally getting revealed in the coming weeks, because considering the fact a mysterious device has now been apparently is going to be a wearable device now because of new reports that have come out. Yes, it's going to be some sort of wearable device that you're going to be able to attach with the Switch 2 that's now starting to leak out bit by bit. So with that going on, obviously it'll be interesting to see how things develop over the next few weeks, considering there's the possibility of a Switch 2 reveal right around the corner from Nintendo. So there's a possibility there that Nintendo might have some big things in the pipeline for the next few weeks. Let's talk about state. We might as well talk about some of the highlights. One of the highlights was PlayStation Plus, considering the fact that they have now made available The Last of Us Part 1 as part of the PlayStation Plus for extra and premium customers on PlayStation Plus. And it's all in aid of the 30th anniversary of PlayStation. You're now able to play The Last of Us. And also, it's to celebrate Last of Us Day as well. So, if you want to celebrate Last of Us Day, you can check out Last of Us Part 1. If you have got a PS5, you'll be able to play it. And on top of that, they're also going to be having PlayStation Stars, where you can get yourself a clicker digital collectible as well as some avatars to celebrate The Last of Us Day as well. That's available from today. So, you can now take advantage of that. And there's a voucher, by the way, on the PlayStation website and The Last of Us page where you can redeem these avatars that they're rolling out to celebrate Last of Us Day. On top of that, there's also a 10% off PlayStation Gears merch, obviously. That's going to be from the 26th from now until the 26th of October. You'll be able to get 10% on all the Last of Us merch on PlayStation Gear, all to celebrate The Last of Us Day 2024. So that's pretty cool that they're specifically they're doing a lot of cool things. On top of this, we've also now on top of all of that, we also got news regarding the PlayStation Plus monthly game, well, the essential game, should I say, October. And as you can see, WWE 2K24 is going to be free from Tuesday, along with Dead Space and a anime title called Duka Duka. Two of them are available for PS4 and PS5, with one of them. And by the way, these games are going to be available until the 4th of November, when they will be announcing the essential games for 2024, which we'll find out later in October. But yeah, so they're going to be the games that come into PlayStation Plus. And on top of that, they're also going to be adding some other games to PlayStation Plus, which is going to include Dio Crisis and Blood Omen's The Legacy of Khan. They're going to be coming to PlayStation Plus later this year, so you can check those out. They arrive on PlayStation Plus Premium before the end of the year. So there's some PlayStation Plus news that came out the state of play. Now, in terms of some of the highlights that came out from this reveal, of course, one of the big highlights was the Ghost of Tsushima sequel, which is referred to as Ghosts of UTI. They're going to be having a new protagonist with a new story, a new part of Japan featured in this game from Sucker Punch, which will be coming out in 2025. But it doesn't stop there, though, because this announcement, they actually went on to say that despite the reveal of a new character, they have said that the previous character, Jin, will be featured in spin-offs potentially. So they have mentioned they are doing spin-offs, may involve him down the road. So at least the good thing is we're going to probably see the character again, potentially in a Ghost of Tsushima spin-off potentially down the road. So that'll be good that we'll finally get to return to the previous protagonist at some point. So at least there's hope of of that character returning in a spin-off down the road, which is really, really helpful. And then, of course, we've got the possibility of the movie. Who knows? Maybe they'll do a TV series on Ghost of Tsushima potentially down the road as well. So there's possibilities of that. But nevertheless, at least we've got the sequel to look forward to in 2025. I'm sure it's going to be a massive hit for Sony, and it's just going to now it's just going to encourage people to want to check out Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. If you haven't played it already, then now's the time to do it to prepare for the sequel. On top of that, we also got some new updates for Astro Bot that's coming in the fall, which is going to include 10 new special bots to rescue, as well as some new speed run levels. They're going to be dropping potentially for free for Astrobot, so that'll be something to look forward to if you're an Astrobot player. We also have the official release date for Lego Horizon Adventures. It's going to be launching 14th of November, so that's when you're going to be able to get your hands on the Lego Horizon Adventures. That's also the same day for the Nintendo Switch release as well, so Nintendo Switch will also get their hands on the game on the 14th of November. In terms of the pre-orders, however, there is going to be a special version of Aloy, which is a Shield Waiver outfit that's going to be available for all pre-orders of this game, which is a Lego version, another Lego version of Aloy that you're going to be able to get your hands on. Digital Deluxe Edition, which will come with other very special, unique characters and special versions of Aloy that are going to be available to celebrate the release for the deluxe edition, of course. And of course, as well as that, these pre-orders are also going to be available for PC and Switch, which when they go live next week on the 3rd of October. And by the way, you can also pre-order on Steam and Epic Games Store as well if you're on PC. So you have the option of either going to Steam or Epic Games Store to play this game if you're a PC player. Another glimpse at PS5 Pro, the PS5 Pro, of course, where they talked about some more games that are going to be enhancing their games for PS5 Pro, which includes The First Descent, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Gran Turismo 7, except Rumoured FS. They're all going to be supporting PS5 Pro when the PS5 Pro launches in November. So just another glimpse at some more games adding to the list of games that are going to be enhancing their features for the PS5 Pro this November. Now, speaking, however, though, for those who would like to change their color, like to shake up the colors of their, especially for those who want to shake up their colors of their PS5 consoles, if you have a PS5 Slim, that is. Well, the good news is that you can now change your colors up even more with the Chroma collection, because they've got 3 new Chroma colors coming this November, which is Chroma Pia, which is the bluish, light sort of silver bluish color. And then we have the whitish color, which is Chroma Indigo. And then the sort of greenish sort of northern light style color, which is Chroma Teal. They're going to have those type of colors for the DualSense controller and the PS5 colors covers that are going to be available for the release in November. And and also you're going to be able to pre-order in October the 3rd as well. So you'll be able to pre-order those next week. But yeah, they're very nice looking colors as well to add to the collection of previous colors as well. Now, interestingly enough, the first 2 colors are going to be available on the 7th of November, whilst the other color, the greenish color, is not going to be launching until the 23rd of January. The greenish color is going to be left until the start of the new year, whilst the others will be available in time for Christmas, which is basically how that's going to work. But there you go. So that's a little glimpse at some of the colors that are going to be available for the PS5 Slim and the DualSense controller. Just some more colors to add to your collection. Should you fancy adding some more colors to your DualSense controller collection, then you'll have the chance to do so for the end of the year as well as the start of 2025. We also had a new online action RPG finally announced, which is a game. In fact, it's a new version of an old franchise that's coming back, Archer Age Chronicles. That's going to be getting a release also in 2025, and of course they're going to have an action-packed, rich storytelling, expansive exploration. So it kind of definitely, from the trailer, it definitely has that sort of Elder Scrolls, Assassin's Creed, Baldur's Gate vibes going on in the trailer for sure. It definitely feels like that when you see the gameplay. But either way, it definitely looks like it's going to be there's a possibility that this game could take off next year should it do very well. There's a possibility of it potentially doing well, considering we really could do. Obviously, I think a lot of people really want to see some successful action RPG online games, and I think a lot of people are like to be at least hopeful that this game is going to be able to deliver in 2025 when the game launches. So we'll see how it does as we approach its launch next year. As well as that, we also got another glimpse at Dragon Age, the Vanguard, coming out on Halloween, of course. So that's just a few weeks from now. We got to see some more gameplay of this game. There'll be a link in the description if you want to see the gameplay for yourselves and see what you make of the new Dragon Age. I know there's been a lot of mixed reactions to this game lately, so we'll see if the new gameplay's changed people's minds. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. Baffling and pointless announcement because of didn't really want this to happen, but unfortunately Sony are making it happen. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. I know there's been a lot of controversy surrounding this idea of a remastered Horizon Zero Dawn because of the fact that, well, a lot of people didn't want this to happen considering they feel it's a bit too soon for them to remaster a game that doesn't really need it. It's going to be coming out on Halloween, PS5 and PC. Over 10 hours of re-recorded conversations, motion caption, countless graphic improvements to bring the game in the same fidelity as the Horizon Forbidden West, as they said, and to take the full advantage of the PS5 power and features. And obviously, it's going to support PS5 Pro as well, as you can imagine. Also, at least the good thing is that if you do fancy upgrading, it is going to cost you a bit of a tenner to upgrade to the PS5 version. And also, if you were someone who got Horizon Zero Dawn on PS4 as part of the play at home incentive that they did for the pandemic back in 2020, then you will be eligible to upgrade to this version of Horizon Zero Dawn when it drops on Halloween. So basically, if you've had the game through that, you'll be able to play the PS5 version this October. But I'll mention that in case you didn't know you were eligible. Then we had some announcements for Fortnite, which includes split screen mode for Lego Fortnite that's coming next month. So you're going to be able to do split screen, and you'll be able to do that with the same PS5 or PS4 players. So it's going to be like a PlayStation thing, I think, to begin with, and then eventually it's going to grow into Xbox and PC, I would imagine, later on. And then on top of that, they've also announced they're going to be doing a limited edition Fortnite DualSense controller, which you're going to be able to get your hands on the 7th of November. Pre-orders for that will be going live next week as well. So if you want to get yourself a Fortnite-style PlayStation's DualSense, PS5 DualSense controller, you'll be able to pre-order next week if you want to have your own Fortnite PlayStation controller. Then we had another new game that also got announced, an action adventure game called Hell Is Us, which definitely is an action adventure from what they've shown so far. I mean, it was a very brief, but at least we got a little bit of a glimpse as to what we could expect when this game comes out, potentially hopefully in 2025, maybe even in the 2026. We don't know exactly when it's going to come, but I mean, a lot of journalists are saying it's going to be out next year, so we'll see if it rings true that we should be hopefully getting this in 2025. So fingers crossed, this will be another game to look forward to next year for PlayStation, as well as all the other platforms that this game will be supporting. And then we had a classic game from the PlayStation 1 era that's celebrating its 25th anniversary. Soul Reveille 1 and 2 is getting a remaster, and it's releasing for PS4 and PS5 with quality of life improvements. Obviously, a lot of visual up to to basically preserve the original and to make it a little bit better for the modern tech, modern hardware, which is really, really great news to see that Soul Relevant will be making its return to console for the PS4 and PS5 this December. For any gamers who remember this series from the past, you'll be able to get your hands on it. And then another remaster that's also coming is the Japan RPG series. Luna is also making a return after 25 years to PlayStation. That will be also getting a release in spring 2025. On top of this, of course, another major announcement saw the release of Palworld, the PlayStation 5, which, by the way, is available now. You can start playing unless you're in Japan. If you're in Japan, you're not going to be able to play because the Nintendo lawsuit is the reason why Palworld is not available in Japan right now. Sorry to disappoint you there if you're from that country. And another major game that finally got a release date, Monster Hunter Wilds. We now know when it's going to be coming out for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. It's going to be launching globally the 28th of February 2025 is when you're going to be able to play Monster Hunter Wild on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Get ready for the game's launch in Feb. That's when you're going to be able to start playing. And then on top of this, we also found out that the Sonic and Shadow Generation game is going to be having Keanu Reeves, who's going to be voicing Shadow the Hedgehog, as part of a Sonic the Hedgehog movie pack that's going to be available on the 12th of December, around the time of the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie's release, which is going to be huge, obviously, because it means you're going to be able to play the Shadow from the movie in the game around the time when the movie releases, and it's also going to have a level inspired by Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which is really, really nice. Well, the movie, of course, I'm referring. And then another major game that also got announced is Towns of Alaska is going to be getting a release in early access this November. This is another open world adventure game that you'll be able to play with friends, by the way, because it's also an online game, which is an optional online game, so you're going to be able to play with friends on that game. I believe you can play up to 4 players, if I'm right in saying. Yeah, I think they said about up to 4 players, and you can invite your friends to your own world, which is really good. So it gives you a chance to invite some friends. Oh, okay, up to 3 players you're going to be able to invite into your world. So yeah, there is going to be a little bit of an online component in this game as well when it comes to early access this November. In the meantime, I will catch you all in the next one. So see you then.